Hey, how you doing? It's Vinny. What's going on? You can see I'm wearing my sweatshirt today. It is cold in southern Indiana. We had some ice. Terrible. It's terrible. But I'm enjoying myself today. I've got a nice cigar, Rocky Patel. Got some exciting news on the cigar front I'll be bringing up maybe next week or so. I'm supposed to be 10 days. But we will talk about that. But let's get right into today's episode. Still working on a few twists, kind of make this a little bit more, lighthearted, a little more entertaining. But still got to hit the stuff that makes Vinny happy. So I'm going to talk a little bit. And the one thing I thought this was funny. If you remember, we are now going to be back in the WHO, the WHO. And the United States is going to re-enter that group. So the joke was, someone told me, so does that mean I guess we won't get fooled again? For you Who fans, you know what I mean about that. So little bad joke. Going to hopefully have some better jokes. Got something I'm going to work on next week. So anyway, going to also start, let me get my glasses on this one. I had a suggestion from my buddy Stu at the Office Cigar Lounge. I'm going to bring this right off. This may not be, I'm going to try this. I'm going to do a little trivia question. He had a suggestion. I appreciate it, Stu. So I'm going to start out and then I'll have the answer for you later. But the question, Seinfeld fans, what's the name of the coffee shop where Jerry and his friends spent a lot of time? I'll give you the answer at the end. But going in, the Centers for the Disease Control, the CDC prevention, now says that teachers do not need to receive COVID-19 vaccines before schools can safely reopen. Teachers unions across the country, including places like Los Angeles and Chicago, they've balked at the idea of teachers returning to the classrooms without proper precautions in place, including vaccinations. According to a Wednesday report from CNBC, the newly appointed CDC Director, Rochelle Walensky, says that teachers do not need to be vaccinated against COVID-19 before schools can reopen. And that's in her statements during COVID-19. White House Press Secretary, in a briefing, Walensky said there is increasing data to suggest that schools can safely reopen, and that safe reopening does not suggest that teachers need to be vaccinated. Vaccinations of teachers is not a prerequisite of reopening schools. There's a lot of countries. Sweden never closed the schools. They just did some social distancing, and I don't know if they even did masks, but you know what? They took care of themselves. Smart people. It's amazing when you let business and smart people kind of go, hey, here's what we got to do. Kind of works. She went on and explained that CDC Advisory Committee has placed teachers in the 1B category, the same as essential workers, to receive the vaccines, placing them second in line for priority to receive injections. Jeffrey Zients, I think that's pronounced, he's the coordinator of President Joe Biden's COVID-19 task force, echoed Walensky's sentiments Wednesday, insisting that the president is very clear on his position that he wants schools to reopen and stay open. Good for you, Joe. Good for you. At least he's on the right track there. Last week, the CDC said that there's little evidence of widespread coronavirus transmission in schools, so as long as proper precautions, such as masking, social distancing, sanitization, and proper ventilation take place. Biden has previously pledged to make sure schools K through 8 reopen for in-person instruction within his first 100 days in office. That to me is a good thing. Good thing for his first 100 days. So bravo to our president, Joe Biden. Hey, something interesting. I kind of call it almost absurd and kind of silly. Los Angeles Police Department arrested 6 people for allegedly altering the famous Hollywood sign to read Holly Boob. The prank occurred, I guess, last Monday in the Hollywood Hills. The 6-person group covered the letters W and D to look like the letter B by affixing what appears to be tarps to the side, according to the NBC Los Angeles. LAPD Sergeant Leonard Calderon said participants told an officer they made the changes to raise awareness of cancer, breast cancer. They didn't commit any permanent damage, Calderon said. Five men and a woman were taken into custody on suspicion of misdemeanor trespassing. Of course, according to the Los Angeles Times, they were later issued citations, released on their own recognizance. Julia Rose, founder and CEO of the adult magazine Shag Mag, was among those arrested and took credit for the prank. She told Vice, however, that it wasn't just for laughs. Rose said they altered the sign meant to get attention of Instagram head honcho Adam Meseria. She said the social media platform recently suspended both her personal and business pages, which have a total of 6 million followers because of nudity. My product is nearly identical to that of Playboy's, and my content may even be considered safer than what Playboy has been allowed to publish on your platform, Rose told Vice. I want to know how they are picking and choosing which accounts to disable and why. Huh. So, battle of Shag Mag against Playboy. Changing the sign. Interesting. Wow. Hey, this is going to be a short one, but finally an update to my last episode. If you remember, I talked about Mark Cuban. Talked about him and playing in the national anthem. He wasn't going to do it. And to be honest with you, there was no fans till recently. But hold on, Marky. NBA said, sorry, Marky. Well, they didn't say that. I said that. Sorry, Marky. We have rules, and you will. You will play the national anthem. So, he cowered and said, okay, NBA. Okay. Don't want to get in trouble. Hey, before I go, keep safe. And if you're in the, I don't know if it was down south, I know a lot of friends in the Fraternal Order of Eagles is going down to Bowling Green for what we call a 7-state conference. And I know there was a lot of ice, so hopefully if you're seeing this, hope you're being safe, because we don't want anybody to get hurt. They're going down there, they have fun, but they raise a lot of money, and it's a good time. If you're not familiar with the Fraternal Order of Eagles, go to FOE.com. I used to be associated with that organization. I still am, but not as an employee. But I still believe in the message. You can even go on Amazon and help that organization for the foundation. So make sure you do that. Now, one thing I do want to say, though, I'm going to be working up new stories, different things. I've got something I'm going to try to work on to bring a little fun involved in my channel. Make sure you go, and because I sent some invites out to a lot of my Facebook friends. I've even got a Facebook page. So go on there if you would. I really appreciate if you could go on there and subscribe, and then watch some of the videos. I got 14 or 15 episodes. Hit a like to them if you look through them. There's also a notification bell. Kind of, if you would do that, so then you know when I upload. I'm going to be gone for the Valentine's weekend up in Ohio to see my my girlfriend Sherry, and spend some time up in Ohio area. So I'm going to do that. But make sure you do that, and please subscribe. I really appreciate it. And also comment. I'd like to hear what you want me to maybe discuss. If you have a topic, I'll research and do a little something on it. I appreciate it. Going to do something on cigars, something that came up on cigars. So anyway, I like smoking cigars, as you know. Now, to end the show, I asked you that question. What was that coffee shop that that Jerry Seinfeld and his friends would always hang out at? Do you know it? Do you know it? It was Monk's Cafe. That was the name of the coffee shop they used to hang out at. So, hope you enjoyed it. I'm Vinny. This is The World According to Vinny. I'll be back sometime next week. Have another episode. I'm going to be working on some content over the weekend at least. See what we can find out. Some new crazy stuff. News of the absurd and some trending news. Be safe. Y'all take care. I'm Vinny. See you.